Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Savannah Marshall, a crazy opportunity. I want to call it crazy because nobody would have expected to have your first loss and jump straight into an undisputed fight. So first of all, tell me, how exciting is that for you as a fighter?
It's really exciting. I'm just glad it's set in stone. I'm glad we've got the venue. I'm glad we've got the date. There was talks about, you know, being in Newcastle, it being in August, it being June the 10th. So for me, I'm just glad that we're here. It's out there now, so I know it's happening.
There was stuff circulating online yesterday, you know, that this fight wasn't done. I think I only found out on the way down that it's definitely happening because I wasn't sure if you were going to be here or not. Did you hear the same?
I only found out about the press conference yesterday, so I was in the same boat as you. I didn't even know she was here. So like I said, I'm just glad it's all signed, sealed, we're ready to go.
So you've had a crazy 24 hours. You've gone from not knowing when you're fighting to fighting for all the belts at the next weight up. So just tell me what your memories of the amateur fight that you had with Francois.
Very physical, but that's her style. She's very physical, rough and tough. She can be quite dirty at times. She knows all the little tricks. So yeah, very physical fight. That's what I remember from her.
A lot of fighters after suffering a loss have warm-up fights. Did you ever consider that, or is your aim just to have big fights?
Oh, not like I said in that press conference there. How could I go back to doing an 8-rounder against a foreigner that, you know, I'm 100% going to turn over, that I'm expected to win? How can I do that? To me, I don't even think I could get up for a camp for that. Having to be in big fights, world title fights, defences. And also, how can I do that? People who are coming to watch, people who are spending hundreds of pounds on travel and things like that. So I want to be world champion again. I really want to be world champion. That's the goal. And if I can't beat Franchon, you know, there's nowhere left for me to go. I believe I'm at world level, so this is why I took this fight.
What's the biggest thing you learnt about yourself from that first loss?
I think a lot of my team and a lot of people, I think I shocked a lot of people because I think they thought I couldn't deal with the occasion. And not that I surprised myself, but looking back, to say that I boxed at the O2 in front of 20,000 people where I was that girl who couldn't even box in a social club in front of 50 friends and family. So, you know, how far I've come. That's nice to look back on and to see how much I've grown.
A lot of fighters always say after the first loss, like, you know, certain friends, family members kind of change with them and they notice things differently. Did you have any of that type of experience?
Oh no, I've only got about 3 friends anyway, so they're still there. They're the type of friends that, you know, they're the first to tell me if I'm being a dickhead or anything like that. So no, they're still there.
And I think they touched on it in the press conference where, you know, you kind of said, you know, in some interviews that you got the tactics wrong last time round. I'm guessing you and Peter eventually had that meeting and spoke to each other. How did that conversation go?
No, I made a couple of comments. I've got quite dry sense of humour, and I was asked about, you know, what was wrong with the tactics, and I kind of just pushed it on Peter and said, "Oh, ask Peter Fury." I thought, I'm not saying what went wrong or anything like that, but. Yeah, it was my first loss as a pro, do you know what I mean? My first loss as a pro, and it was hard, it was really hard. I've been through every emotion under the sun, and yeah, so that watching it back and having that conversation with Peter was hard. Yeah, it was hard.
I bet it was. And just tell me, finishing up on Peter, as a trainer and as just a man's man, what's the most inspiring or something that what have you learned from Peter, just as a boxer and as a person?
I believe professional boxing's a dirty game. Really, I think it's ruthless, really savage at times. And Peter has been there from the start of my pro journey. He trained me for my debut in America, and I believe Peter cares about me. He's got no hidden agenda, no other motivation apart from wanting me to do well. And I feel like I'm very lucky that I've got a trainer and a friend and even a father figure. I believe he cares about me. So, like I said, I'm in safe hands with Peter.
Any final message to Claressa Shields if she's watching?
Get yourself to Manchester, I'll get you a ringside ticket.
To Savannah, I wish you all the best, man. Thank you.